What's going on, guys? It's the Nicholas Rostakis Chelsea football channel here to do the match reaction a little bit late, but the 6-2 win over Wolves, a result, a resounding result, a game that all of us fans are stunned over, but excited over. It's an incredible result after a first half where you're like, I don't know, we weren't the better team. And then you look at the second half and you're like, what happened? I was at work all day and, I was somewhat watching the game. And then I remember watching the first half. It's 2-2, and I really couldn't watch more in the second half. And I remember looking up at my phone for like a split second at work, and it was 5-2 when I checked my phone. I'm like, what happened? What happened? A ridiculous result. A game where you never would have expected it after the recent results. Maybe, like I said, I predicted a 2-1 win. Um, I really did think that it was going to be a 2-1 game, but it was incredible. It was counterattacking football. It was just chaotic. The guys on the broadcast had absolutely no idea what was happening. They were stunned. They were like, I can't believe what I'm watching. It's just constant attacks, constant pressure, and that's all we got. So let's run it down one by one. First goal of the game was a corner 2 minutes in, flying, the fastest goal I think they said in 10 years for this soccer team. Nicholas Jackson. I think it was a deflected cross, or it was off a corner, and I think it was like a deflected from Wesley Fofana's head onto Nicholas Jackson. Good header into the back of the net. Really good stuff by him. But after that, again, they slowed down. I mean, it was constant pressure back and forth, but it looked like Wolves were going to get the next goal, and they did. Mateusz Cunha, for some reason, there's always bad marking. If that's something I have to say about our defense, it's about marking. And they were lost. The positioning and marking was bad, and Cunha was wide open. Cunha is a horrible finisher of the ball. It's always this guy. He's got 4 goals in 3 games against us or something, I think, in the last 2 seasons. It's incredible. Then the next goal comes in the 45th minute, I'm almost certain. It's another one of those things where it's an amazing play. Robert Sanchez, maybe he proves why he should stay the starting goalkeeper. He plays an outstanding long ball, and it's an amazing flick from Nicholas Jackson onto Palmer, and Jose Sa is trying to reach back into his net because, of course, he was by the halfway line. He was basically trying to rush back into his net for the counterattack, and Palmer does an absolute amazing flick into the back of the net. Of course, then basically on the 50th minute mark before halftime, Jorgen Strand Larsen, the Wolves striker, gets the equalizer. It's just one of those ones you shouldn't concede. It's a dumb free kick to give up. It's just their set pieces, Wolves are fantastic. They were excellent in this game. They could have scored a lot more off their set pieces. Then you go into halftime and you're sitting there, you're like, I don't know. Maybe we'll let up more. Maybe we might score more. We look threatening. They look threatening. Insane. We go into the second half and it's immediate. You see Noni Madueke you see Palmer get on the ball. Enzo Hernandez makes good tackles, and then you see Palmer making the same. Because Noni Madueke almost scored 3 of the same goals in this game. He almost did. 2 of them were almost identical. The first one was the deflected goal off Ryan Ait-Nouri into the back of the net. Sa doesn't really have much of a chance. Madueke stood on business. We'll talk more about it a little bit later, but um, dude, and then he scored another one. Palmer again. It's almost the exact same pass. All 3 of his goals. I think it was like the 60th minute or something, or 56th minute, and then it was like the 60 something minute. He got his goals. A hat trick for Noni Madueke today. Insane. Actually, we'll talk about right now. At 12 a.m. this morning, he posted, "This place is crap. Wolves is crap. Wolverhampton is a crap city. There's nothing to do here." He stood on business. They were booing the guy the entire game. The entire game. And what he decided to do was say, "Hey, I don't give a shit. I'm here to play soccer for a team that I love." And he destroyed them. He scored, and what I love to see as a Chelsea fan, he was scored 2, I think, of his goals with the right foot. He's deciding, I'm not going to be a one trick pony anymore. This guy decided to use his left foot or his right foot. 2 of his goals, and they were hard hitting strikes. Amazing strikes. Incredible. And then you get João Felix. Whoa, gets subbed on. And he scores. He looked incredible on the ball as a false nine. Uh, Maresca was so right. This guy is so insane. He was amazing for Chelsea when he was here. He was probably the best player in that 40, 50 man Graham Potter side. He was amazing on the ball. Nothing beats it better on that goal he scored when Pedro Neto literally he got like the ball lost in our own half or something, and then Dewsbury Hall or whoever it was, uh, I think it was Fernandez played to Dewsbury Hall, and you literally just see Neto, boom, he sprints. His pace was crazy. He ran all the way basically across the side of the pitch. And he was just like, you already saw he was gone. You already knew that once it got to Palmer's hands, Neto was the guy with the ball, and he played across the box, and João Felix scored. It was a great goal from João Felix, too, top left corner, banger. Incredible stuff, 6-2. Lamina scored a goal, but it was offside as well. But incredible stuff. Let's just get into these match ratings, dude. I'm ecstatic. So this was the lineup that Maresca decided to start with, and I think in this one it was more of a conventional system. We didn't really see the system we saw in the Servette game. It was more of this just conventional 4-2-3-1. And in a way, it worked out really well. Of course, the score, signifies that. But I mean, look at this. It's no one had a really bad rating in this one. I feel like, except for Mudryk, but we'll get into it when we get there. Let's go player by player. Sanchez, I think it could honestly even be a 7, but he didn't really do enough. He didn't generate enough, in my opinion. But I mean, it's a good result. I mean, people are always talking about Sanchez like, oh, Jorgen still needs to be in. I don't disagree. I don't disagree. I feel like that he should be given more game time, maybe some Premier League games this season, but I don't think Sanchez was bad. His distribution was good in this one. He was the guy who orchestrated that third goal for us, or the second goal for us, my bad. The second goal. Without that, if he didn't do that, then we might not be at a 6-2 win. But the thing is, Sanchez was incredible. Cucurella, again, a very solid outing on the left-hand side. Not as better, I think, as good as maybe. It was around as good as the Man City game. Again, just another solid game at left back. Colwill and Fofana both get sixes too. Um, it was mainly just around their positioning. But they both were incredible. I mean, I think that they're both going to be an excellent pairing in the middle. But it's all about just giving in the game time. Like sixes, even in a way, seem kind of harsh. I think Tosin should be rotated more at center back, but I think you got to give these two guys the playing time to help them develop the chemistry. I think that's what they did with Gabriel and Saliba. With trying to do with these two is going to be ultra beneficial with them. Gusto, I gave a 7. I thought he was very solid. I think that he was getting up and down the field really nice. His defense was also really good in this one. He blocked a few crosses. I think he also blocked 2 shots or something around there. Maybe I'm just chatting shit, but I think he was very solid from what I was seeing out of him. He was getting forward and moving up a lot. Obviously, we still won't have Reece James for the Crystal Palace game next Sunday. There's a chance I think he could play in that Servette game. I think if he does, it'll maybe be off the bench. I think we'll see something similar to what we saw last Thursday. I think we'll see someone like Renato Vega come back into the midfield again. I think there's a really good chance we'll see that next Thursday or this Thursday. But we'll get into that, later on in the week on Wednesday or something when the match preview comes out. Enzo Fernandez, I think he was really good today. I think that his passing and overall his tackling was very good. I think people again were very wasn't overrating, but they were hating on his display again. I mean, I think that in the first half he wasn't nearly as good, but I think in the second half he was brilliant. He did more tackles. One of his tackles led to the Palmer assist for Madueke. I think he deserves to keep playing as much as he did. Of course, Lavia wasn't able to make it in for this one because of a slight hamstring problem. And, it's good not to rush these guys back. If he had a slight tweak in his hamstring, don't force it. You've got two guys. Caicedo as well, I don't think will play on Thursday now because of how much game time he's gotten. Plus, he picked up a slight injury after a freaking crazy tackle by Mosquera. That guy, dude, was tweaking all night or all day. But there's a chance that Caicedo might not play on Thursday. There's a chance that Lavia now, I'm guessing, will be playing on Thursday. But Caicedo again, first half, he would be getting a 4. The second half, he rebounded much better before he got taken off. So I think a 6 is pretty reasonable. His tackling was pretty good in the second half. Mikhailo Mudryk is just, he needs a loan. I'm officially saying it. I love Mudryk. I love the way he plays. But the thing is, his end product is horrific. Enzo Maresca said it himself, I didn't like what I saw. And I didn't either. He wasn't doing anything. Once Pedro Neto come on, It was a different game. Pedro Neto was doing everything off the ball. He's already better, incredibly better in the system than Mihailo Mudryk is. He doesn't have this. Mudryk doesn't have that football IQ. Neto does. I don't see him. Mudryk gets a 4. He was not good in that first half. Let's just talk about these two guys at once. Madueke and Palmer both get 10s. Hat trick, 4 goal contributions. Palmer gets the goal and 3 assists. Dude, these guys are just it. These guys have to be playing almost every single game. It's that simple. How do you fit guys like Christopher and Kunku in this team? Like if you don't start them if he doesn't start on the left hand side, like would he just interchange with Jackson? Like how would you get these guys functioning? It's going to be incredible to see how they function together, but these guys are incredible not to be playing every single game. Jackson up top, he was very good. His movement also was really good. He had a goal and an assist today. The assist was brilliant. The goal was brilliant. Really good from Jackson. I'd love to see more out of him in a way when it comes to maybe making more runs. I don't know how many. Again, I didn't watch much of the first half because of work, but the second half I did watch, and he wasn't really creating a bunch of runs before he got subbed off. So I don't really know about that, but I think he was still brilliant today. I also added match ratings for players that were on the bench. Uh, I didn't do Dewsbury Hall. I don't think he played enough time. Same with actually I think Dewsbury Hall played more time than Vega did. But if I'm going to give Dewsbury Hall a rating, I think a 6 was fair. I don't think that he did too much, but in the short span of time, he was okay. Vega, dude, this guy he looks so good and composed as how old he is, man. A 7, he was incredibly good in his time. Felix and Neto both get 7s. Felix could get an 8 because it was debut and he played like 20 minutes. He scored a debut goal. Neto got an assist. I mean, they were so good. They were incredible. And couldn't go ahead and give a rating too because he didn't play long enough. But I thought Guiu might play today as well, but he didn't. But dude, the bench overall, all subs did their job. Vega looks so good. I mean, did you see that like the spin he made in the middle, turn those guys around? There's a great picture of Levi Coyle staring at them. It's perfect. Insane game, insane result. As a Chelsea fan, we're hoping for more. We're wishing for more. Hopefully, this game isn't one of those games where it's just throwing everything out there, and we're never gonna see it again. Hopefully on Thursday, away from home into the at Switzerland, um, we're gonna see more of this indeed. That's what I hope for. I hope for. I'm begging for it, but yeah, insane stuff. Let's hop into talk about this for a few things. So incredible stuff today. I mean, there's not much else to say, except for it was brilliant. The guys all played brilliant. They came to play, especially in that second half. Enzo Maresca is a cutthroat manager. He wants the best out of his guys, and he's not going to play you unless he feels like you deserve to play. It's that simple. You know, guys like Raheem Sterling as well are talking about more news outside of this game. Raheem Sterling seems like he's gonna be maybe involved in a swap deal, maybe Ben Chilwell to Man United for Jadon Sancho. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't think more wingers is what we need at this club right now. I would love to see a big center back come in. I'm still not 100% convinced by Levi in Fofana, but if you want to, sometimes you have to give them the chance, and I feel like they need the chance together to develop. But I think Victor Osimhen, who just got El Ali, just offered a deal for him to come to Saudi Arabia, so could be risk, could be an issue when it comes to him signing for Chelsea. But I'm still not sure. Again, maybe we don't even need that striker after a result like today. Play Joao Felix in that false nine, or rotate him with Nicholas Jackson and Mark Guiu. I don't know. That's all I'm seeing right now myself. Um, yeah, but splendid stuff today. No negatives in my opinion. It's all outside of maybe the defensive positioning and marking, but that's all I can give. Smart. Talk about we'll talk about this game until Thursday until we lose because that's how this stuff usually works. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on maybe Wednesday, maybe earlier for match preview. Thank you very much. See you then. Peace.